Is it your school's job to teach your kid character? A new study out by Oregon State University finds when schools focus on teaching social, emotional, and character skills, the quality of education improves, including reading, writing, and arithmetic. 20 elementary schools in Hawaii took part in this study. For less than a week, for less than an hour a week, half of the schools taught students these skills through organized character building activities. Well, teachers in those schools reported a 21% increase in overall school quality. So we want to know, should schools be responsible for teaching our children character in class? Or parents, are we on the hook for our kids' lack of compassion? And joining us to weigh in on the subject, we have Grace Stafford from the Wildlife World Zoo. What do you think?
I love this question because, you know, as an animal trainer, I know that animals can't learn what I want them to learn in a fear-based environment. So I think if we extrapolate to, again, from the animal situation to humans, if we teach our young people what it means to be bullied and what it means to teach or treat each other with respect, I think it creates the foundation where real learning can take place then. So I'm not surprised by this result, and I think it's kind of neat.
And how do the parents play their role? I mean, obviously there's a lot we can teach in class, but does a lot of this come from home? And what they just witness from parents, just lack of, you know, compassion for them or other people, being disrespectful, not using please and thank you? I think
you know, I hate to say this, but I do think it takes a village in the sense that our children are exposed to all sorts of other influences besides the parents. So sure, the parents lay that foundation, but then our kids go off to school for 6 or 8 hours a day and they spend time with their friends. So to reinforce the messages that the parents are giving the children at home, I think is a great thing, and something I think we expect our teachers to do anyway.
And hopefully those parents are giving the message, but I think to totally rely and just say, oh, it's the parents' responsibility, we're going to get ourselves into trouble, because we know that, you know, there are some homes that kids come from where they're not teaching this. So I think that definitely there is a role that needs to be played in school. And in fact, in this particular study, it didn't just involve the kids. The parents were involved, the educators. I mean, like you said, it really does take a village.
And it's interesting because I wanted you to elaborate on the fact that if parents are doing it, the other kids that they're around, maybe you're teaching it in your house, but then someone else is getting around your kid on the playground and they're using curse words. And
right. And so even if you're getting good messages at home, how do you put those into practice when there's all that peer pressure to do things differently? So to reinforce those messages throughout a child's day and night, I think, is the way to go, because it will lead to lasting learning.
I agree, and I think you need to be very open and honest with your kids and make sure that they can come to you and tell you anything and say, hey, you know, I was on the playground today and this person said this, so that you can have that discussion.
And kids are so savvy these days at such a young age, and so I think anything we can do to set them up for success, whether it's at school or in the home, is a good thing.
All right, on Facebook, you guys are certainly reacting to this question.
Bradley CISCO says it would be good to teach character at home and in school for reinforcement. Kids don't always listen to mom and dad, and some parents don't teach good character.
Chrissy Hoskins writes, unfortunately, parents are not teaching their children basic respect and character skills. I think it was implemented in schools. If it was implemented in schools, we might have a chance.
Mary Ray writes, not all parents have these skills, and schools should change their curriculum to help students grow to be worthwhile adults.
And TERRA Dawson, my kids go to a leadership academy. Everything they learn is based on the 7 habits of highly successful people. It's awesome. Kids need these lessons. That's really that's a good way of looking at it. Go to a school that's based on those principles.
And keep those comments coming on our Facebook page.